Hey everybody, this is Jackie and I'm the creator of Midlife Nursing. I want to apologize. I haven't done a video in quite a while. I went to California to visit family for 2 weeks, and ever since I've been home it's just been crazy. But I just wanted to do this video I've been planning on doing for like such a long time, and that is talking about being in nursing school in my 30s. And I just think it's kind of an interesting topic. So I'm talking to you guys from my kitchen. I am doing a little meal prep, and I thought it would be, you know, the perfect opportunity to kind of chat with you, but also show you, you know, how a busy mother and wife in her 30s goes to nursing school, and a big part of that is meal prepping. So this is a really easy thing to meal prep. I'm just going to be working while I talk to you guys. I have a pork tenderloin right here that I have thawed, and I'm going to chop it in half, and I will be searing it in my Instant Pot. I'm going to use a green enchilada sauce. This is my secret ingredient in almost anything that you want like kind of a broth with, and this is miso. I'm gonna add a little bit of this. This is a vegan broth base. It's really good. And then just your regular salt and pepper. I love this seasoning from the Frontier Co-op Mexican seasoning. I'm going to add just a little bit more ground cumin and garlic powder. And I always sear in avocado oil because it allows a really high smoke point, so you don't have to worry about it burning and oxidizing. So I'm just gonna work while I talk. So yes, nursing school in my 30s. It's interesting. No, really, it's a lot of fun. I mean, it's like, I don't know why I ever thought it would be like a big deal being in my 30s in nursing school. Like, I don't feel much different from my my classmates who are in their 20s. I'm sorry, this pork loin's actually 2, so it's going to be in 4 pieces, which is actually perfect because I want it to cook and be really tender. So I'm just going to season it. But yeah, so I really don't feel much different from my peers who are in their 20s. We all have the same goal. We want to be nurses, and we've worked really hard to get into that program. I feel like that alone is almost immediate camaraderie. Saying that right? So we're all in there. We all have so much in common. You know, we spent so much time working on this, and here we are, all of us together. It's really, really cool. So I've had, you know, no issues making friends. Of course, there's students who are my age, and we kind of gravitated to each other first. But, you know, through clinicals, we are split up. We're a pretty big class of like 60. So we've all been split up into different clinical groups. So, you know, we go to our certain floors we're assigned to every week together, and you know, you just make friends. Like, you're talking, you're with each other a lot. So I've actually really loved that part. The only thing, you know, that I feel like is a challenge is my daughter, of course. I want to make sure she's being well taken care of, that she doesn't feel like I'm too busy for her, or, you know, that I want to make sure that I'm available if she ever needs me. But she is 10, so it's been an easier age. Okay, so I'm going to be searing this pork loin. I seasoned one side of all 4 pieces, and I want to sear that real good. You always want to sear your meats, even though you're gonna stew it. So you can tell. And my Instant Pot fits all of these 4 pieces just well, just fine. Okay, now I'm going to be seasoning the other side while these here. Again, this is, I chose to make a video this style because this is 30. I'll be 34 in 1 month. And so I find me trying to just juggle college, you know, feeling like I'm in this kind of young space, and then I come home and here I am, just, you know, wife and mom again, and I love it. It's like, you know, I get to experience two really fun worlds. I love being a mother. I love being a nursing student. I love that I'm going to be a nurse very soon. And I'm so glad that I didn't ever let my age deter me, because it did for a little while. I felt really discouraged when I was like 25, which is so funny to look back on. But it felt really real. Like I felt like I was, especially because I was seeing a lot of my friends off graduating, you know, starting their careers, many of them going to nursing school, you know, we were 18, 19, 20. And so it was hard when I was 25, and I decided I really wanted to go to nursing school and pursue this. And they were all already graduated with their, you know, associates or BSNs, and here I was just starting to take psychology 101 and English 101. So it was discouraging at 25. It was my worst birthday. So hopefully the bubbling in the background is not too distracting. But yes, so I was very discouraged at 25. I remember that birthday well. It was tough. I felt like I had so long to go. And so I got to work, you know, I was a stay-at-home mom, but I mean, I considered myself that, but I was also a working esthetician, but very part-time. The spa industry as an esthetician, it's tough. It's really tough. It's so hard to be in an industry of self-care because people, it's the first thing you cut out when times are tough. And so, you know, how do you encourage somebody to spend, you know, $200 on a facial every 6 to 8 weeks or more, you know, buying really expensive, nice skincare. Like, it was really hard, and I was not prepared for that part. I really loved just giving facials and just, you know, almost like the therapy, that the sales and the business part, I just wasn't prepared. I wasn't prepared for that. I wasn't taught that in school. So I struggled financially as an esthetician, and it was a big reason why I pushed to go on into nursing. It went very well, like hand in hand, the industries, because as a skincare therapist, I had to do a state board. I had to go to, you know, a program. I had to put in my hours, and then, like I said, go do a state board. I had to do not only a written test, but a practical. So that's where the state is watching you work on a little, like on a person. Yeah, that's right. It was my mom. She was my model. And they make sure that you're not going to hurt anybody. So it's crazy because not even nursing does that, but it's probably just too many logistics. So I loved it, but it was time to, you know, graduate. That's how I felt. I wanted my degree. I wanted that degree. And I wanted to quit so much. So much along the way. It was so much harder than I anticipated. So there were times that I dropped out. You know, I remember dropping out of my physiology course and, you know, whatever classes else I was in. But I remember that was a big deal because it set me way back. I couldn't apply to the nursing program for a year because I did that. So there was just so many discouraging bumps along the way. And here I am just getting older. You know, I did this CNA program, which was required, so that gave me an opportunity to go work in dialysis And so, you know, I'm getting paid pretty well as a dialysis tech. So then I start thinking, well, do I really need to, you know, go all the way and be a nurse, or is this good enough? Sorry, I'm gonna flip these real quick. Like I said, I seasoned the other side. So anyway, yeah, so it started to feel like, is dialysis enough? Can I just be a tech? I mean, you can. There's a lot of dialysis techs who are career PCTs. Like, it's nothing to be ashamed about. You make great money. You know, you're working in an awesome specialty. It's challenging. There's always room for growth, but it's just not my nature. I was on my shoulders all the time that I'd set out. That's why I was even working in healthcare, was to be a nurse. And so, long story short, a few more years and I was able to make it happen and get into, you know, we moved from California to Texas. That gave me the opportunity to get into a bachelor's program. I couldn't do that at home. They were so impacted, so competitive, and I had not done super well in my prerequisite courses. Like I said, I had so many bumps along the way. I had withdrawals from classes. I have horrible grades from when I started college, when I graduated in 2007. You know, it was just, there was no way I was going to be able to get into the bachelor's program that was near me. So moving to Texas, wow, they opened doors that I could get into the associate's program here and the bachelor's. But to get into the bachelor's, I had to take like 2 or 3 more prereqs. And I thought I would have been done with prereqs for a few years. So it was hard. It was a hard choice, but I'm so glad I did it. I'll be graduating in May with my bachelor's in nursing, and I'm just gonna get straight to work. So back to the point. Nursing school in my 30s. It's got a few more challenges, but it's got its advantages. I have quite a bit of life experience behind me compared to those who are in their early 20s. I've done so many different jobs that, you know, my communication it comes very natural and easy when I'm talking to patients, even as a student. You know, I want them to feel taken care of. I want them to trust me. I want them to know I'm a student. You know, it's like, that is a confidence I really don't think I would have had in my early 20s. It's come from my work experience in CNA school and being in dialysis. So like, when you're in your 30s, it doesn't even matter if you haven't worked in healthcare. Like, you are going to take skills you've learned regardless into this trade. And, you know, I don't feel physically older. In fact, I'm in far better shape in my 30s than I was in my 20s. So, you know, I come home and I do the things I need to do. But I'll bring up again, you know, meal prep is important in school and clinicals, and it'll be important when you work as a nurse too, because some shifts, some days are just, last thing you want to do is stand on your feet some more and cook, you know, a nice dinner. So I always try to have something that I could make a bunch of meals with in the fridge. Like, for example, this pork is going to go into burritos. We're going to make, you know, burrito bowls, so like a salad kind of deal. You can get like buns and, you know, put this shredded pork in there. Like, there's just so much you can do. So it's definitely, I don't think I would have done this in my early 20s. This is definitely more of a lifestyle hack that I've learned later. So it's just another example of like how a 30-something-year-old nursing student might be different from a 20-something-year-old nursing student. But that's just my experience. So, okay, so I am going to finish off this Instant Pot. So it's looking pretty good. I'm just gonna grab you guys and show you what I'm working with. Okay, so I added the enchilada sauce, the bouillon, the miso, and we've already, you know, seasoned it, but the enchilada sauce is gonna be, you know, the main thing, the main flavor we're going for. So I'm going to set my Instant Pot for 90 minutes and let it natural pressure release. And tonight we will be having burritos. I don't have refried beans, so I'm just gonna mash up these kidney beans, add like a little bit of cumin and Mexican seasoning. We're gonna use these tortillas. They are really high in fibers and they're only 50 calories each. So, you know, you can have 2 of these for 100 calories, you know, with some meat, some beans, and then some lettuce. It's just such an awesome, easy dinner to have during the weeks. Okay guys, so I got the pot set, 90 minutes. I do it for a really long time because I want that meat like super tender, especially with pork, like it can get kind of dry. So this works great. So again, just to kind of conclude this video, being in nursing school in my 30s doesn't feel that different, you know, and obviously meal prepping is not just relevant for someone in their 30s. I mean, even people in their 20s should do it as well. It's more a point that I raise because if you have a family and, you know, children, a house to maintain, like anything you can do to make things smoother in the day, I encourage that so that you can focus more on studying. Because there's a lot of studying in nursing school, and just lean on all the support you can get. So I hope this video was helpful. If you have any questions about nursing students in their 30s, if you're a nursing student in your 30s or 40s, I mean, this is all pretty 50s. Everybody can get something out of these kinds of topics, I believe. So if you could leave a comment below, that'd be great. Check out my blog. I'm gonna leave a link in the description, midlifenursing.com. I write a lot of fun articles and things that I hope are helpful to prospective nurses and, you know, just the nursing lifestyle, because there's definitely a lifestyle about the nursing profession. So I hope you guys like this video. Please give me a like and subscribe if you enjoyed this content and you want to see more. Bye guys.